I know I'm supposed to peel them and take out all the seeds but you know, when I eat a guava, I eat the whole guava. So I'm just gonna cut the ends off and I'm going to wash them, and I'm using all of it, and then I'll strain it later. Yeah, it's called laziness, but I'm doing it. And from trial and error, I realized you gotta add a little water. They're not gonna be very easy to blend unless you add some water to the blender. Make sure that cover's on tight, because the last thing you want is a mess. And you just get that all nice and smooth. And it's pulsing. I love that. My machine does that. We're gonna put it in our strainer, and this is our first strain. We're gonna strain it, get out all those seeds, as much as you can. You know there's always gonna be 1 or 2 little seeds left in there, but that's okay. When you eat guava, you eat the seeds too. It's all edible. The whole thing is edible. And I know you're thinking, if you're not familiar, or if you've seen guava paste, I know you buy that over here in the States. You're like, this is kind of white. Well, yeah, guava starts out like this, but it changes color as you cook it. And there are different types of guavas. These are the little yellow ones. I don't know the real name. And then we have the big green ones that have the nice pink flesh. So I couldn't find them. In fact, this was all the guavas I could find. And I put those seeds in my garden. So hopefully something springs. And guava is not inherently sweet. So we're going to add some sugar. I would say sweeten it to taste. I just wung this. I was like, oh, I'm putting this much, and that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to put a cinnamon stick, because guava and cinnamon go very, very nice together. It's going to start to bubble. That's what you want. You want it to bubble, and it's going to bubble for a while. This is a slow cooking process. You can't rush it. It gets sticky to the bottom, and you'll see in a little bit I kind of started sticking to the bottom, and I just scraped it all up and incorporated it in, and I promise it's going to smooth right back out. And it does make a mess, so I kind of put the cover on, but not, I want the steam to come out, but I don't want it to plop everywhere. And guava, when you cooking it, if it plops on you, it's going to burn. See, my bottom was sticking a little bit there, but I just scraped that all up, and you'll see it comes out just fine, because I still got a lot of boiling to do. It's not, you see, it's not even changed color yet. So got a little while to go, but I promise you it is delicious. It is well worth it. Now it's starting to change color, but I'm not going to lie to you. It was really late at night, and it was time for me to go to bed. So I kind of stopped it right here, and I put it in the fridge, and then I took it back out. You'll see in a little bit, and I added some water to it, and I kept adding water just a little bit at a time, and you see I was boiling this for a little bit, just a nice little simmer boil, and you see how the color is changing to that beautiful pinky brown that we're used to. Now you could continue to do this a little longer, and it'll get thicker and thicker and thicker, and a little darker as you do it. But I think I kind of stopped not too much after this, because it got as thick as I wanted it to. This is the part that I had a little fun with. I wanted to just make a little decoration with my candy melts. I was just testing it out, just playing around, having fun. I just put them in the mug in the microwave, and you see it looked like it was not soft. Don't wait for it to come out looking melted. It promise you. You put it in for 20-30 seconds at a time, they're melted. You got to test them. And the white one wasn't as creamy as I think, maybe because I had a little less in the bowl, in the mug, and I put it in the same time as the pink one. But you just add some Crisco, and it makes it creamy, nice and creamy. So that's a cheat for your candy melts if it's stiffened up on you, or if it's not as creamy as you want it. Depend on the temperature in the room. Sometimes the candy melts just need a little bit of Crisco. And I'm using this spoon to just, I'm gonna mix them, but I wanted to kind of keep the colors separate a little bit, just to kind of get like a two-tone. So I just kind of swirled it in there. Swirling is my new favorite thing to do. And then I'm gonna use this little fancy spoon that I bought, and I don't even know what it's supposed to be for. I think chocolate, but here you go. And these are just candy molds. I didn't put anything in them. I didn't put cornstarch or powdered sugar, or I didn't grease them. I just put the candy melts in there, and I'm just going to make sure they're smooth, and I'm going to take off as much as the excess as possible. And then after that, I'm plopping them in the freezer for about 10 minutes until they firm up. It doesn't take long at all for them to firm up. So as you can see, I'm just trying to make sure that those little holes are all full. This is the simplest thing decorations you could ever do. Honestly, so easy. Anyone can do it. And like I say, I'm just gonna scrape off as much of the excess as I can before I put them in the freezer. And they're ready to go. And when they come out, I just put them on the counter and I just bang, bang, banged on the back, and they just all fell out. And I'm taking my finger because my finger is warm, and I'm just rubbing the little, what do you call that? The crust, the seam, I guess the seam. And it just rubs right away with your finger. Easy peasy. And then I wanted to pretty them up. I used some gold with a little bit of pink. And this is just a makeup brush that I bought from Miss A, $1. Those dollar Miss A brushes are so versatile. So don't be buying those expensive baking brushes. Just go to Miss A and get you some cheap makeup brushes. And at first I was brushing them on, but you can see they was making a mess. So I kind of just tapped. And I'm just gonna sparkle them up a little bit and make them look a little glittery, because if you don't know yet, I am addicted to glitter and shimmer. Anything shimmery and glittery, I just love it. I guess I never had enough when I was growing up. I don't know. But that's my thing. And look how pretty they are. They're so cute. And I did not make new cupcake batter. I used the cupcake batter that I used for the pina colada cupcakes, and I just swirled that guava, the guava reduction, kind of like a guava jam in it, and then I just put them in the oven. Yeah, I froze that batter, and I know they say you're not supposed to, but I do it all the time, and it does work. Now, I wouldn't do it for like an order, but I'm just playing around at home, and guess what? I'm reusing my frosting. I just found this in my freezer. One of them was some coconut frosting, and the other one was, I think, just a vanilla lemon. Yeah, I don't know. It tastes good though when you put them together. And I just swirled a little bit. Actually, I mixed some guava in that. I wanted more guava, to be honest, but that's all the guava there was in the store. Like, I went to the Michoacana, the Hispanic store, and that's all the guavas I could find. The other ones were hard and not good. I just went through them and I picked the best ones. Look, Dallas don't grow guavas, so you gotta, take your pick. Amazon was out of the canned ones. There was no canned ones anywhere. So that's all I had, y'all. So I had to use it. And guess what? You can't have a guava duff without a rum sauce. So this is just gold Bacardi rum. And I'm mixing that in. I added a little powdered sugar first because I wanted to thicken it just a little bit. Because I knew I was going to add some rum. Tasting, just to see. Yes, this is only for my family, so I put my finger in there. And of course you need a little more because I wanted it extremely rummy. Yeah, guava duff is a very rich dessert, and the topping is sweet and just full of rum, and it's so good with the guava. And I think I got it right that time, so no more rum. It would have been literally, I might as well just pour the rum on it if I had put more rum. And who knows what these are I'm trying to make. I think I wanted them to look like shells. And then I was like, that's really ugly. But like I said, this is just for home, just playing around. So then I just swirled on top. And we're just going to add our little shells just for pretty, however you plunk them in there. Yeah, I didn't know which way the seahorse was supposed to go. I had his head to the bottom, and then I was like, no, I think that's the head. And here we go. This is our guava duff cupcakes with buttercream rum sauce and our little candy melt shells. Isn't that pretty? And I reused buttercream that was in the freezer and batter that I put in the freezer. So nothing went to waste.